Ci sei?
Perché no, adesso ho smesso, faccio un
The
altro.
thing is, I should have had some of these.
No, I will.
But I didn't.
Just a second.
Sì, sì, adesso sto andando.
So Darren, thank you very much. And would you mind to tell us what you have done, what has been your research and what you have found? What do you think, how you're tracked?
Well,
ringraziato, lui vuole sapere le sue ricerche, le sue pratiche.
obviously, when Albert passed away, obviously we found, obviously Joyce had kept the letters, and Albert had kept on 2 pieces as well, and of course we saw them, looked at them, then kind of put them away. Then it comes back to you, you're thinking, well, there must be a story here.
Quando ha trovato le lettere dell'Albert,
It really started on.
perché è un po' lungo e poi non riesco. Quando lui ha trovato le lettere dell'Albert, lui non capiva all'inizio l'importanza di queste, poi dopo ha messo insieme tutte queste storie, ha capito che evento, sì, che meraviglioso.
So of course I did a little bit of research myself with the typing in the Campo 59 and all this sort of thing, and finding, and then of course I stumbled across World War II talk.
Ha fatto una ricerca, sai, adesso abbiamo internet, tutte le cose, ha fatto questa ricerca e poi ha trovato tutte queste storie di World War II, cioè
L'ha orientato su World War II Talk,
World
che è
War
un
II
forum
della
dove ci
seconda
siamo
guerra
incontrati.
mondiale. E così si sono
And then we put out a general facility that my father was taken prisoner at this time and was in Rosesco. And then, of course, quite soon we had a couple of posts, and there was, I think, what it led us to here was, I think, is it Valentino from
Walter?
No. Let me quickly go back to this. Valentino,
Oh yes, Vitellino.
Vitellino, yes.
È la ricercatrice di Castiglione della Pescara, certo.
He dropped you a private.
She.
Beg your pardon.
The name is made, but she's.
I made an assumption. Yes, she dropped you a private line, and then you come back and join the forum. Piero is here at your service. Then, of course, the ball
Started to roll.
Yes.
Poi ho cominciato tutte
We
le
obviously,
storie.
I'm sure I've sent the letters to you. They're on here, aren't they? And we haven't got too much because Albert, as far as I understand, would have joined up at the beginning of the war, and he would have been based in Bury St Edmunds, and this is where he met his wife to be. Obviously, he had to leave her behind.
Lui era conosciuta la moglie che è adesso, però purtroppo lui ha dovuto lasciarle dietro.
So,
Because
if I can answer, he was in Bury, where he was.
Albert was 20, so if the war started in 1939,
But the gathering was in. The troops were in.
they were in Bury St Edmunds.
Bury
St Edmunds.
Bury St Edmunds, which is in
Suffolk.
In Suffolk.
In England, yeah. This is where there's obviously army camps everywhere, but this is where they gathered. Now, we haven't got Albert's records yet, and we've got no clue as to whether or not but we do know that the 65th the Royal Artillery 65th anti-tank. They were part of the British Expeditionary Force, and there was a big battle in France, wasn't there? Somewhere beginning with V. And I think, and then of course, then the Germans would have forced back. Now we don't know if Albert might have possibly been involved in Dunkirk, but
Yeah, I traced that.
Yes.
Albert era anche
Arras.
in Dunkirk.
Arras in France.
Right,
There's a big battle in Arras that they took part in.
right.
So there's no clue as to whether Albert was. When we get his records back, maybe this will say that he went with the British expedition.
So you have now placed a request for effort.
Yes, yes. They're very busy, they tell us.
No, che hanno fatto la richiesta agli archivi nazionali circa i file che sono ancora depositati.
Sì, io che voglio qualità degli interrogatori.
Sai, io sono talmente
Negli archivi.
presa di questa storia che non riesco neanche a tradurre.
No, va bene così, signor.
So,
From what I have tracked, I don't know about Dunkirk in France, but I'm almost sure that he was placed in Cyprus, and from Cyprus to Cairo, where you sent some pictures.
yes, because we have those letters, and there's 3 letters there, maybe July, August, and I think the last one might have been end of September. Then I guess, of course, this Operation Crusader would have been started, and then of course there were lots of men that were taken prisoner at that time. So presumably end of 41 he would have been taken. He would have been an Italian of the. He would have been a prisoner of the Italians more than likely, rather than the Germans, maybe.
Now we believe it was taken by the Germans, but the Germans they handed the
So it's
prisoners
over
to the Italians to take care.
Yeah. So of course then there is a gap in Italy for him, because he must have come back from North Africa to Italy in that early 42.
C'era un gap.
Andavano a Gaeta.
C'erano, adesso non mi ricordo se c'era anche il campo a Gaeta, cioè loro arrivavano di solito o in Sicilia o in Puglia, quando arrivavano dalla Libia, no? O a Napoli.
Okay. They don't know if they went to da dove?
Dalla Libia.
They came from Libya to
O in Sicilia
Sicilia
o a Napoli.
or Gaeta, where is it?
A
Napoli.
Napoli, arrivavano in Napoli.
So he could have made all these taps like
Yes, as they moved
them
them along.
And let me say that he was lucky because many ships got torpedoed,
Yes. Yeah.
and a lot of them unfortunately they sank.
Yeah. That was a big fear, wasn't it, for any troop ship. So there is, but then, as I say, there is that gap from the end of 41 until
October, when you have the letter. From
until the letter saying
October.
he was, yeah,
Ma lì probabilmente rimase in Libia, c'erano.
He could have been left in Libya.
Because this letter is dated. So this letter is dated. Okay, so it's in where it must be 10 of October. Yes, 10 of October 42.
yes,
And it comes from Sivigliano.
yes.
And Sivigliano is in the center of Italy and is the second camp he was sent. So as you say, the gap is probably from end of January, from January 41 till October.
Yeah. So I was sent some.
Secondo me.
Somebody kindly sent
He
this,
thinks of
where he was reported as missing.
Yes.
è stata anche
Now this is the friend Palmer that Albert was very friendly with. Now we don't know
If
now
Palmer was here.
he looked after your dad, you said, didn't he?
yeah.
And if
May I see this one? Yeah, so this is the missing, right.
okay, so we then move on to another page with which still says he's missing,
Right.
and then it goes on to reported missing, now not missing, then another page. Then he now comes on a page where it says the following were previously shown on casualty list 715 as missing, and they are now found. Now Palmer was still with
Palmer era ancora insieme.
was still with
a suo
Albert.
padre.
Did you say he looked after him through at this time here?
I don't know if he's here or not here.
So they were certainly together
Erano sempre stati
at some
insieme.
point there.
Right.
And in fact, there were several of the 65th anti-tank.
Right. Okay.
And the interesting thing is, if you do look, is the very close. If you look at Palmer and My Hill, the numbers are very, very,
Very
close. In fact, I can show you. This is, I believe, this was after the war.
So Palmer is here.
Yeah.
Clarence
Oh.
Palmer.
Yeah, and you see My Hill there, and they're all consecutive numbers.
Yeah.
So obviously these two men, more than likely, maybe were joined together from the start. And
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Baron.
okay, is that?
I'm asking you the permission to
Yes, of
publish
course, yeah.
this interview.
Yes.
Thank you.